Hey guys, this is Chris from Rekkid Talk with another episode of their latest Rekkid is Great. And so, this is a pretty well known record that's out recently, so I'm certainly not novel in presenting it to you. But we're going to talk about the Robert Plant, Alison Krauss. So, their second album as a duo called Raise the Roof, which came out in late 2021. As I think I've mentioned before, I only had it as an honorable mention on my top 21 list. I just barely gotten it and maybe listened to it once, maybe twice when I was making up the list. I've listened to it more since then, and if I was revising the list today, it would certainly make the top 20, possibly the top 10. And so, the thing about this record is that if you were somebody that only knew Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin, so you'd heard all the Led Zeppelin albums, but you pretty much had ignored music since 1980, 1985. You didn't know who Alison Krauss is. You hadn't kept up with Robert Plant since he left Led Zeppelin. If you heard this, I don't even think you would tie in that this is the same guy singing on the Led Zeppelin albums. And one of the things I kind of like about Robert Plant is that he isn't doing Led Zeppelin tribute albums. He's very much followed his own muse, and that's pretty cool. And so him and Alison had done an album, I think, 12, 15 years ago. The Raising Sand, I think it was 2007. That's now 15 years ago, if I have the date right, in the general route. And so then this recent album, Rounder Records, I'll show you the vinyl because one of my favorite colors of vinyl is sort of this Coke bottle green. And so it is a double disc set. My copy sounds great. Very pleased with it. And so there's 12 songs spread over the 4 sides. I think I'll talk a little bit about probably my 4 favorite songs. They're all covers except there is one song that was written by Robert Plant and T-Bone Burnett. T-Bone Burnett did the production. Pretty sure he did the production on their other record as well. And of course, they have an all-star cast of backing musicians. The production, the level of playing by everybody is top-notch. So my 4 favorite tracks. So the first 2 tracks on side 1, Quattro, which is by Calexico, so maybe not the choice that a lot of people would anticipate. So there's the jarana, which is a Mexican stringed instrument similar to a guitar. That was on the original version as well. They didn't have the trumpets that were a bit on the original. I really like the bass playing on this song and several of the other songs, and Victor Krauss, who is Alison's brother, played bass on this song and really liked it. And of course, the vocals are great. The second song, The Price of Love, which is an Everly Brothers song. So this one features Alison doing the lead vocals with Plant in more of a harmonizing role, which is obviously not a really familiar role for him. He's obviously used to being the lead guy. I actually like this a lot better than the original version by the Everly Brothers. There's no harmonica. I'm not really a harmonica guy, so I would generally be in favor of getting rid of harmonicas most of the time. The second song on side 2 is called Searching for My Love. You might think of it as Searching for My Baby, because that's one of the prominent lyrics. So it's an old soul song that was originally done by Bobby Moore and the Rhythm Aces. So it's about a guy searching for his lost girlfriend and crying. Great song. And then I'll mention the very last track, Somebody Was Watching Over Me, which was originally written by somebody named Brenda Burns. Did some research. There's a Maria Moldauer version, which I don't think is very good. Pop Staples is pretty good, but I think this is probably the definitive version of this song. Loved the guitar riff at the start. Robert Plant was probably the main vocalist here, with Alison in more of a background vocals. And I think this was the best song on the record. High and Lonesome, which was the first song on side 4, is pretty good as well. That was the one that Robert and T-Bone wrote. So If you haven't checked it out yet, I think you'll like Robert Plant, Alison Krauss, Raise the Roof. Certainly doesn't sound like Led Zeppelin.